Welcome back, my lucky charms. The dude here, actually here with another unpackaging video this time because they sent me a package. So basically today's video is actually stating like whether if it's worth it to get it, you know, from Amazon and get like 1,000 cards because they run for about 40-50 bucks. And today I'm actually going to do this unopening to see what we're doing. And I'm going to kind of have to flip through the cards pretty quick because we're going through 1,000 of them. So let's get started. This one was a lot easier. But it's just a card game, it can't be that expensive. You have no fucking clue, dude. They literally just put cards into a bag. They didn't even send me a box or anything. So I guess we're gonna go pile with this one. Okay, so I took a gander at like the first part of it just to like see what the cards would look like. It's kind of what I expected. Some of them are either, you know, kind of bent or not really in that great of condition. There's some newer cards, there's some older cards. It was kind of what I was expecting from this. This isn't my first time actually ordering these, but I do need to restock up on my collection, so that's why I've been doing this. So now that we got that all stated out of the way, let's get started. Divine Dragon, you can read it. Rabid Dragon, Blue Dragon Summoner, double attack. And as you can see, like I was saying before, do you see how on the edges they're not very conditioned? Mainly because they sent it in a bag. Artifact Failnaught. These are actually one of the newer cards that came out, and it's kind of cool. So I'm actually going to be getting a mix of like older and newer cards. That's kind of what I wanted in the first place. I'm still hoping for Dark Lords. That's where I'm at in this like timeline of my videos. So we'll just kind of see as we keep going. Defense Draw, Mythical Beast Cerberus, Mahunder, Gaia the Midnight Sun, Shaddoll Zephyr Core. These guys look pretty cool, to be honest. They have like kind of a Gilmore Del Toro kind of look to them, in my opinion, but you know, someone else could be like, that's not what they look like. Shut the fuck up. You like that? Yeah. So instead of going through like every single card, I'm just gonna kind of look through them and see which ones are worth showing. Just one of the newer ones or some of the older ones for more nostalgia, because that just seems like the best thing to do. They said it was guaranteed 50 holos and rares, so let's see where we find them. They're probably on the bottom of the package the way they kind of put it in here, to be honest. As another example, do you see how the bottom of the card is? So if you're wanting to spend money off to the caliber that I did just for this, just to kind of see this for the video, this is the kind of thing you're gonna get if you get certain packagers that packaged it a certain way. It's still worth it. Like for example, the reason I use Magic Drain is it's one of my favorite cards. A lot of people don't like it because it's not competitively viable, but you know, it's for casual play. I've always really liked the card, so you know, all I wanna do is spend my life away. Windstorm of Edeka. Ekua? I don't even know. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. There, I said it. On to more of the bag. See how I'm literally pulling these out? Bent. Here's some nostalgia for y'all. Swords of Revealing Light. You know, Exodia decks run it nowadays. That seems to be the only one I could really think that really messes with it, unless, you know, casual players and whatnot. Oh, shit. Looks like a misprint. Just out of every card I normally see, the text box and everything just looks different. The top of it, even in the back, you can see like it's extra trim on top and then not as cut on the bottom. So, you know, it could be a misprint, who knows. Shaddoll Hound, Curse of the Shadow Prison. This is also a Shaddoll card, so I guess we're gonna try to build one. You're just gonna be looking through cards the whole video. Nothing's gonna be funny this time. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, so for 1,000 cards, I gotta say, I basically expected this. Labyrinth Wall, more nostalgia for you guys, if you guys remember this card. Elemental Hero, Necroid Shaman. For those that have never seen a token card, this is what token cards look like in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, they'll have like different designs on them, like some will have Yugi, Kaiba, Joey, some other shit on there, you know what I mean? If I was a little bitch. Mad Sword Beast for nostalgia. Karate Man, aka Afro Ninja in my opinion, or the dude from the Bruce Lee movie. You know what I'm talking about, unless you're a little bitch and you don't know. Another thing I really actually want to mention is expect to get a lot of the same copy, because they do that a lot. You know, they got to get rid of cards. They're probably in a card shop and they're needing to make some extra room for the new sets, so get used to the idea of that you're going to have multiple copies. So if you and your friends decide to actually buy these boxes, you can actually make casual decks where you guys can have some fun together. Here's another example where they did that. It's kind of cool because they keep them all in the same spot, so like it kind of makes it better, but not really. some nice pussy. We got a UFO turtle. We have a mountain. 1,000 Knives, if you're wanting to do a Dark Magician deck, this is actually a really important card. Swift Scarecrow, this card's actually pretty good for the Exodia deck that I'm building, so it's kind of lucky that I got one. Another Curse of the Shadow Prison. Got some Light Sworns in here. Like I said, I do like Light Sworns, so it's kind of cool that they hook some up. 7 Colored Fish. I don't know if you can really tell, but there's actually a bent in it right now. Like I said, it's gonna happen. Out of 1,000 cards, some of them are gonna be in super good condition, and some are gonna be in really shitty condition, so just get rid of it, or keep it, whatever you wanna fucking do, I don't care. Another pile of cards, yo. Realm of Light. It's actually super important for, well, it's not that important. I mean, you can run it if you want, if you're playing with like a casual Lightsworn deck. They're kind of helpful though. Harpy's Hunting Ground. If you like Harpy Lady Sisters, this is a little nostalgia for you too. This is the one My Valentine used to play. Well, still plays, I guess, to this day. This was one of my favorite decks when I was a kid. XYZ Dragon Cannon. Kaiba's cards were always badass to me. Pegasus was my number 1, but Kaiba's cards were kind of easily second. All in the form of glory of doing this. If I was there in the morning to protect you from your sins, I would pray for you. Next pile of cards. Beaver Warrior. Yeah, I remember this guy. Revival Jam. See, if you remember back during the era where like the Egyptian god cards and stuff like that, this is the card the guy used to keep bringing back, and then like Yugi made him deck out so he can win Slifer. Yeah, I know, I geek out. Then we got Instant Fusion. This card is actually super dope, like helps out a lot. This isn't a shiny version. This is the first time I've ever seen one in this kind of condition too, so it's kind of cool. Armored Zombie. La Jeanne of the... what is it? Mystical Genie of the Lamp. Masaki, the legendary swordsman. So here's the thing about him. If you don't remember, this guy was important. Him and Flame Manipulator actually make the Flame Swordsman. So there you go, nostalgia, bitch. Alright, so that's another thing that's also going to happen in these boxes. This one's in Spanish, so that doesn't bother me because I already know what the card is. And sometimes it's cool to collect cards in different languages, but if you don't even know what the card is in the first place, then it kind of makes it difficult on yourself. And, you know, it's going to happen. They don't have many in here, I think, out of like maybe a third of the things so far. I've already only gotten 2 or 3 of them, so it's not that bad. How you doing? And we're on to the next pile. Elemental Hero Mariner. Marner? I don't fucking know. They're coming to get me. Evil Hero Dark Gaia. Now do remember, there's like 1,000 cards, so I've skipped a shit ton just to kind of do more nostalgia, kind of some of the newer ones, kind of ones that are more, you know, memorable. Call of the Haunted. Got Sangin. Everyone owned him at some point. They really didn't give me shit. You want daddy to do a little dance? I'm not your fucking whore. Alright, so this card is normally really good, but if you see the condition that it came in, that's kind of what they do. They're going to be sending cards that are like that in there to kind of fill the 1,000 gap, because, you know, not all of them are going to look perfect, so just get used to the idea of that. You gotta be fucking kidding me. An Old but Gold Summon Skull. You're not going to build a competitive deck doing this, like, at all. There's no way to build a competitive deck from these. You might get a couple cards you need for your deck, but I highly doubt you're going to get shit for it. So, like, for example, I have 1 big pile left, and I have yet to find any hollows or rares, like, at all. So, let's find out if we can keep going with it. First hollow of it. I'm actually moving my hand over the bent part because the one they gave me was bent. So, like I said, you're going to have to expect that with these things. Yeah, so I'm about almost done with it, and I haven't found 50 rares or hollows yet at all, and even if that's the case, they're bent to shit. So is it really worth your money? Yeah, if you want to have just a bunch of commons laying around, but if you want to spend for a better deck, you might as well just do it that way, in my opinion. Yeah, girl, you like that shit. Next card is Polymerization. Oh, mate. Your video is not getting funnier, Brandon. You're just doing some stupid shit again. Well, excuse me, little smarty pants. I'm trying to be funny. You're nothing. He's right. Buster Blader. He was also one of those cards that came back from old school and stuff like that, so I thought he was pretty cool. He was one of my favorite cards growing up. Got one of the rares. There's supposed to be 50 in here, and there's only 2 so far. I'm not going to speak too soon, but I'm pretty surprised. I haven't seen 1 Dark Magician, 1 Blue Eyes, or 1 Red Eyes. I swear every time I've ever gotten one of these, there's just riddled with those fucking cards. This one's one of my favorite cards, Bait Doll. This is normally Rush Recklessly. It's in Spanish. Like I told you, you're going to have that quite a few times. Some more cards to look through. So far, they lied to me. Another one in Spanish. He's actually an old school one too, so you remember him. Another thing to expect while doing these boxes is you're gonna find sometimes cards with writing on them. I know what you're thinking. You're like, did you buy shit? Yeah, I got a Dragon Maid card out of it, so that's pretty cool. Like I said, I want to kind of mess with the Dragon Maids at some point. I'm guaranteeing those at least once a video now, I'm not gonna lie to you. You gave me a Blackluster Ritual Hollow. That's bent to shit. So, thanks for taking care of your cards, assholes. I am down to this many left out of 1,000 cards, and I have found 2 hollows and 1 rare. So unless there's 50 in here, then they lied on their thing, and I'm gonna be sending them a message to see if I can get some cards out of this for free, because that's crazy. Another Dragon Maid send-off. Judge Man, remember him? Yeah, that dude. Spellbinding Circle. Every rare and hollow they've sent me has been bent to shit. I lied, that's 2. This is the first rare that isn't bent. Like, fuck me, right? Okay, so these cards are cool. They're called Arcana Forces. If you notice, it says The Fool on it. It's actually the song title that you're listening to underneath all my videos so far. Go ahead and check me out on Reverb Nation Charm Bracelet. But the thing is about them, actually, though, is these are actually based on tarot cards. So if you're actually, like, into tarot and stuff, there's a deck based on tarot cards. It's really cool, actually. This many cards left. There's this many cards left. I was promised 50 hollows and rares. I have 5, and I've gone through all of these cards. So let's see what they did to me, because so far I'm fucked. Well, you should have known about that if you were gonna buy them online. Fuck you. So as you can see, I have like piles right here. Piles. The big question is, right after all this, is would you purchase this? Personally, I'm not buying from the same people again because that's crazy. I was told it was one thing and I got dick most of the time. Half the cards are ripped, half of them are bent. They look awful. But the thing is, I needed traps and spells. So it's cool with me because I got quite a few of the ones that I do like to run. I didn't get any Dark Lords or else I would have mentioned them. And I would have showed a lot more cards in this one, but I'm kind of showing what it's like if you're wanting to get back into this and you're like, oh, there's 1,000 cards. That is most likely what you're going to get in that scenario, is a bunch of cards that they're like, oh, these are messed up, who cares? And they kind of just take your money. So learn from my experience and do not let them do that. So if you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. And this is Charm Bracelet right here, and I'm out.